Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Camway again looking to get past zone, and will that count? Basket is good and one.
Rodney Chapman will drive. He's unguarded, and he'll put that away for two. Nobody came close.
Well, here he goes, Taylor. 5 seconds on the clock. Over two defenders, and count the bucket. Rayshawn Taylor, this is your moment.
Messio Chapman, not a lot of time, and they'll get it back with Sheffield. With Chapman, who's the man who's leading the assault. There's two more. Coming to Nixon. Needs a shot. Needs a three. And gets the three. Wow. Cometh the hour. Cometh the man.
Well, they turned over here. Here's Taylor for a chance for 51 points. Rayshawn Taylor. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Virtue Arena for tonight's crucial SLB Championship clash between old rivals Sheffield Sharks, who are in town to take on the hometown Newcastle Eagles. My name's Jeff King, I'm your lead commentator tonight, and alongside me I have the wonderful Sarah Burgett.
Good evening, Jeff.
So we're all set for what should be a really great game of basketball tonight, and the Eagles looking to improve their 8th position, and Sheffield looking very much to maintain their 4th position in the league. So Sarah, what are you looking forward to most tonight for the most?
I think this is going to be a really exciting matchup tonight. Sheffield have proved to be a challenging team, but the way the SLB's been set up this season, you know, everybody can get got. So I think it could be anybody's night tonight, and we're looking forward to a close game.
And I think Phelps did it.
No, so this will definitely be a crucial matchup for Mark Studel's team tonight. You know, coming out of that 8th spot is really important. It's a crunch time now.
So we're just looking at the fixtures for tonight. We've got London Lions at home to Cheshire Phoenix. That's first versus second. Then we've got the Leicester Riders against Manchester Basketball. And the Surrey 89ers will be taking on the Caledonia Gladiators. And obviously tonight it's the Eagles versus the Sharks. Then on Sunday we have Bristol Flyers at Surrey. And Manchester Basketball take on London Lions. The Sharks are in action again on Sunday. They take on the Leicester Riders, and the Phoenix again. They will be playing the Caledonia Gladiators. And probably after this weekend, we'll have a better understanding of where teams may well finish in the playoffs. And just looking at the standings there, the top two, and well, the top 3 positions probably look pretty much locked in, although Sheffield with 3 wins in their last 3-4 games could get up there and upset that, but the real battle is for their 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th place.
Yeah, Eagles have a chance if they manage to pull a couple of these games out, but that 8th spot is looking a little spooky.
So, before the game, Sarah caught up with both coaches and got their viewpoints, and we're going to start, I believe, with a team alliance of the Sheffield Sharks.
Coach, you're sitting at 4th. What are your expectations for your team heading into playoffs?
I think we're playing a pretty good, solid basketball. We've had a little bit of a blip last week, but you know, if we can play with the same intensity and selfishness we're playing with, I think we'll be solid.
How important has veteran leadership like Dirk Williams been?
It's been great. You know, we've had an up and down season, injuries, different circumstances. That veteran leadership should help us, you know, level the ship and continue to win, which I think we did this season in some tough times.
And keys tonight, Eagles have been playing well. What are your keys to the game?
hopefully keep them out of transition. That's the aim. They're very well in the first 5, 6, 7 seconds of the shot clock. They score a lot of points then. We got to do a good job of slowing them down.
And you have 3 games coming up in the next 5 days, so what do you need to do to prepare for that?
Get some rest, eat some food, sleep, and then just go at it.
Yeah. Okay, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight. 1-1 and lost 1 last weekend. How crucial is a win tonight?
Yeah, I think you've got 2 teams probably feel the same. I think, it should be an exciting basketball game. I think we've matched up relatively well with Sheffield. They've matched up with us. It's interesting that, I think Coach Lyon's done a great job with the roster and, got them playing some really good basketball in how he's tweaked a few things. So, yeah, it's probably a different style of game from when we've seen them previously. But, yeah, we need to make sure that we put our best foot forward. We throw everything at them. We try and be a little bit more disciplined on the defensive end for longer periods and hopefully give ourselves a chance to win the game.
How crucial will Cole Long be to that?
Yeah, I mean, Cole, probably the last few games has battled and fought for the team. I know that he definitely wants to try and find a little bit more rhythm, and we've been trying to focus on that this week. So he knows he has my complete trust with him. So I'm hoping for a big night.
And then a message to the fans in these last stretch of games heading into playoffs.
Yeah, I love coming to work. I love it when this place is packed. I love it when we go up to Scotland and there's 100 Eagles fans up there supporting us. So they know what they mean to me and what they mean to us. I appreciate every one of them, spending their hard-earned money to come out here and support us. And yeah, we'll continue to fight for you.
Okay, thanks. Good luck tonight, Mark.
Thank you.
So that were the thoughts of the coaches, both coaches before the game. Obviously, both coaches know how important this game is, and it's playoff. Well, it's playoff time, really, isn't it? Every game seems to be a playoff game at the moment. So we're just going to pick out a couple of players, one from each side for you to watch, starting with Newcastle and Cole Long.
Yeah, Cole Long has been so crucial for this Eagles roster. He's been consistent throughout the season. Obviously a returner from last season, and he's really had the ability to stretch his game out. He's a 3-point shooter, and that was really his identity last season, but he's really showed himself as a defensive threat this year and also a downhill threat. You see here as he's getting to the basket, he's got that little fadeaway. He's got his transition game, which he's gotten so good at, but I think that real threat that stands out to Eagles fans tonight at home is that 3-point shot. He comes up so clutch in moments that you need him, and I'm definitely really looking forward to watching him play against this Sheffield roster tonight.
And for Sheffield, we will look at the man who most people in this league know, and a very dangerous player, Dirk Williams.
Yeah, a veteran here. We've seen a lot of him in this league, and he's someone who's definitely going to be huge for Sheffield tonight. You hear that veteran leadership talked about by Atiba Lyons, and he's one that you can't leave on the 3-point line as well. You got to run him off the line. He changes the scout for any team because he's got that downhill game, toys with the outside the 3-point line, and he's got that shot. So, a little stretch 3 can play the 4. So he's been huge for Sheffield and been a part of how their continuity has really been able to stay so solid, especially with some roster changes that they've experienced throughout the year. So he'll definitely be a good matchup tonight.
I think both of them very much are leaders of their teams, aren't they? So we'll have a look at the rosters tonight and start the starting 5 for Sheffield: Jordan Rutino, Dirk Williams, Rodney Chapman III, Nick Kern Jr. and Faro Ali Hodzic, who hasn't been with the Sharks very long, but he's there. And the bench for Sheffield: Prentice Nixon, Troy D'Amico, Riyad West, Mike Okchorobia and Rodney Glasgow Jr., the ex-Eagle. The Eagles starting 5 is obviously changed a little bit with Maceo Jack being out. Emmanuel Canway comes into the starting 5 to partner Cole Long, Rayshon Taylor, Dion Hammond and Mitch Clark, with Terrell Burden Jr., Josh Ward-Hibbert, Sauvé Kande and Gus Okafor on the bench. Any surprises there for you, Sarah?
I don't think so. Obviously, Mark could have made a different decision maybe to start Terrell over the big and Manny Conway, but, I trust the decision to start with a bigger lineup tonight, and we'll see what Mark Stittle has in store for the Sheffield.
And that news from just broke today about Maceo Jack being out for the season. That's a real blow for the Eagles because he was averaging 15.7 points a game, 4 rebounds and 2 assists, and a 36% free 3-point shooter. But we've also, obviously, the Sheffield Sharks are missing William Lee, who's been out for the last 5 games. And he's averaging 9.9 points, 7.1 rebounds, and he was leading the league in 3-point shooting in 46.4, but he has been missing for the last 5 games. Both teams having to make adjustments, and obviously one of the big adjustments for Sheffield is bringing in Faro, Ali Hodzic and Troy D'Amico, 2 quite bigs, really.
Yeah, and you know, those adjustments, especially later on in the season when you're dealing with injuries like that, can be really hard. But I think they've adjusted so far. And, you know, Ali Hodzic, no stranger to this league. We've seen his face before in different jerseys up at Caledonia as well. So he's one that's no stranger to this league, and I don't think has had a real hard time getting himself settled into this roster.
And the series between the 2 sides is 2-1 to Sheffield, but if Eagles win tonight, they will have the head-to-head because of the points difference. And obviously if Sheffield win, it'll be 3-1. Ball is up. Conway tips it, but it's in the hands of Ali Hodzic, who gives it to Chapman III. He gives it to Rutino. Sheffield working on the booth. Oh, nice pass inside by Ali Hodzic. But great defensive work by Cole Long from the start, and took the rebound. Nick Kern couldn't get up there. Great work by Cole Long. Mitch Clark bringing it forward now. He's going to try and drive all the way in. Went for the great layoff to Rayshawn Taylor, and there's the first points of the night.
I really like that look from Rayshawn Taylor. Seeing him get downhill early is always a really good sign for Eagles.
Sheffield need to reply. Rutino, chased by Hammond, into Williams. He kicks it back out, and great steal by Hammond. He's going to go all the way. And the layup is good for 2.
Yeah, and Dion Hammond's been another defensive threat for Eagles as well. He's been picking up a couple more steals each game, and just those little intangibles that really have the ability to shift games for Eagles. So he's been so clutch. Those tips that he has defensively are huge.
Good start for the Eagles as Ali Hodzic, though, powers his way to the basket, knocks Conway out the road, and lays it in for 2.
Yeah, and that's his bread and butter right there. Bully ball to the basket, easy layups.
Eagles back on offense. Rashawn Taylor shakes, bakes, thought about the 3, got the ball into Conway, but he just couldn't control it. And ball goes dead at the end line. Sheffield will inbound.
Yeah, and that's a tough turnover there. Obviously, you know, right idea, getting it into Manny Conway there. I like that we're looking inside early, but just have to execute.
Kern Jr. Rutino, back to Kern Jr. Eagles defense looking pretty tight at the moment. Back out to Dirk Williams. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Williams goes inside the paint, tries to lob it in. Ali Hodzic couldn't get it, but neither could Rayshawn Taylor. And it's the last off Taylor, and the ball is Sheffield's at the Eagles' end line.
Second one! Second one! Second one!
Chapman the third inbound. Long inbound to Nick Kern. Only 2 seconds. He's got to put a 3 up, and it's off the rim. Hammond cleans up for the Eagles. Taylor immediately goes at Williams. Hammond from way downtown. Almost from the car park.
Yeah, and that's his shot going down early. He's looked a lot more confident these last couple games, so getting his assist in there for Rayshawn Taylor. Great shot from Hammond.
Good start for the Eagles. Again, Ali Hodzic inside. Cole Long again, making them all other shot. He comes up with the rebound. Mitch Clark trying to get downhill off the basket, and he will be fouled in the act of shooting by Chapman III, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
I love how aggressive Eagles are being downhill this early in the game. I think that's something they've got to be able to maintain for 40 minutes. We see it at the start of the game pretty regularly, but them being able to maintain this consistency, I think they've really struggled with.
Chapman III comes out, and Prentice Nixon takes his place. Mitch Clark on the line to shoot 2. Makes the first. Makes the second. He is an 82% free throw shooter, so you would expect him most times to make both, but it continues Newcastle's good start, and there's another excellent, oh, the slam! slam dunk. He may not be the biggest, but he got up there and slammed it home. And not surprisingly, with an 11-2 start and being a little bit sloppy, particularly with our ball handling, the team of Lions calls timeout.
Yeah, and that's just Sheffield playing a little too casual in the beginning here. And this is the other thing. You don't want to get in a scoring battle. So, you know, Eagles want to not give up those easy inside passes. So this ball pressure that Rayshon Taylor's applying up in the front court is so important. Getting transition layups like that are the easy buckets we want. Be able to keep this lead. First 3 minutes of basketball and how we want to see this 40 minutes of basketball be played tonight.
Yeah, and it's obviously, you know, early timeout for a team of Lions, but I think very much one that was needed.
Yeah, I think it was definitely an appropriate timeout, and I'm sure that he's going to be saying something to the effect of, get your heads out of wherever they are and pull it out.
Yeah, so Eagles making a really good start, and already Sheffield turned the ball over on just, well, it says just a couple of occasions, but it feels like more. The Eagles, Rayshon Taylor already 4 points and Dion Hammond 5. And Prentice Nixon felt a little bit of early pressure. And ball is inbound, Eagles pushing hard. Kern Jr. bringing the ball up. Rutino, big battle inside. I think it's going to be called on Canway. Yeah, foul is called on Manny Canway. Big battle inside between him and Ali Hodgson.
Yeah, and I think, you know, that's a frustrating one for Canway. Obviously, he's battling in there, but I think that's down to the guards making sure that they're applying really good ball pressure so that's not such an easy pass inside.
Kern Jr. twisting, turning, trying to get up there. It's off the front of the rim. Saved by Ali Hodgson. Williams for three is no good. Canway takes the rebound. Taylor brings it over the halfway line. Behind Canway. Nice position from the referee right in front of me. Can't see it. Rayshon Taylor for three, though.
Yeah, I mentioned this when I was on this game last time with Drew for his 51-point game. You know, he has that ability to just lull you to sleep with those two couple dribbles between. He makes you feel comfortable and he'll pull up.
Down to 7 seconds. Ball is inside. And that's 2 fouls on Manny Canway. Gus Okafor comes in. Manny Canway has to take a seat on 2 fouls.
I don't think you can be too mad when you've still got on the bench Terrell Burden waiting to come on, and you get the likes of Gus Okafor being your first sub. He's such a prolific big in this league, ability to run the floor, has the back to the basket game, has that 3-point shot. I think that he's a good addition.
Well, probably the question probably in Mark Suter's mind was it Canway or was it Okafor to start, probably.
Yeah, I agree, but I think, you know, seeing Gus come off the bench, I think he's been a lot more effective.
Well, the Eagles missed a defensive assignment there. D'Amico, who's on, he found Williams cutting to the basket, and 2 points for Sheffield. D'Amico's come on for Kern Jr. Taylor up for three, is good again. And he's asking the referee, should that not have been a 4-point play, but 3 points for now. Nixon replies at the other end. And I think, as he called a foul on Rayshon Taylor underneath on Ali Hodgson. Prentice Nixon knocked down the 2, that's for certain. Basket's good, and the foul is on Rayshon Taylor.
Yeah, and Ali Hodgson just out there doing exactly what he needs to do, getting players in foul trouble.
Yeah, all 3 fouls from the Eagles have been on Ali Hodgson. Nice pass by Nixon, and Ali Hodgson rolling to the basket, an easy left-handed roll. Great pass from Nixon. Hammond and Rutino going at it. Oh, there's a steal by Ali Hodgson. Rutino gives it to Williams, and that's going to be another foul on the Eagles, this time on Mitch Clark. Oh, the Eagles lighting up the scoreboard with fouls at the moment.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked about it a few times with Eagles having such a short rotation. I think they've really struggled with foul trouble. They've got, you know, a few to rotate tonight, but they really can't afford to be in heavy foul trouble tonight. So obviously Mark Studel trusting Mitch out there on one foul, but pulling Dion for a quick break to see Terrell Burden get back on the court.
Tino good from the line. Makes the first. Misses his second, not a surprise. He's actually only shooting at 55%, but Ali Hodges takes a good rebound. Williams to D'Amico. Turns down the three, goes back inside, gives it back out to Williams. Williams gives it back to D'Amico. D'Amico has to put it up. That's nowhere near, and that'll be a 24-second violation. Good defense by the Eagles.
Yeah, we need to see them string a few more defensive possessions like that together, where they're pulling out that whole shot clock and making sure that Eagles are having to really play basketball.
Obviously, Taylor and Burton Jr. now on in the backcourt. Three-guard rotation for the Eagles. Ali Hodges got the rebound, but he gave the ball away again. Clark, and he's bumped by Williams trying to recover. The sideline ball, Terrell Burton Jr. to put it in. Fast and furious.
Yeah, good words for him, definitely. Oh, but here comes the former Eagle.
Rodney Glasgow Jr. Dirk Williams takes a seat. Team Alliance quick to get both players who are on fouls out of the game. Burton turns the corner, goes low. Back out to Clark. Burton Jr. What a step. A great pass. Okafor for three. Is good from the corner. Great assist from Burton Jr. The Eagles hitting their straps early.
Yeah, and that's those easy three-point shots. Hip paint, get that kick out. That's where Eagles are at their best.
Nixon inside once again. Ali Hodges working his way to the basket. Sheffield trying to take advantage inside of the height advantage. Okafor for three again is short this time. Nixon takes a rebound. I think Mark Studel wanted a foul on Ali Hodges. Nothing called. Prentice Nixon. Wow. Interesting call. It is a foul.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a foul. I think that's one of those possessions where, you know, we're worried about fouls not being called earlier, and this is what I think Eagles have really gotten caught up in. You know, maybe, yes, we're worried about the charge call, but the reality is you got to go back down the other end and just play solid defense.
There's a sight you don't see very often. Prentice Nixon missing a free throw. He is an 88% free throw shooter normally. Sparkly boots. He's got very sparkly boots. Makes the second. Kern Jr. comes back in for Ali Hodges. That might be a good substitution for the Eagles rather than Sheffield.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I would have liked to see Eagles attacking that matchup a little bit more with Ali Hodges.
It's a foul by Rutino all day long. As Burton Jr. tries to get downhill. Foul is on, they say, Jordan Rutino. Cole Long to inbound. Burton Jr. That's so low, doesn't he? And that's a foul again by Rutino. That's two on him. We'll see a substitution. Mike Ocharobia coming on for Jordan Rutino. Sheffield going a little bit bigger again. Taylor the inbound. Burden picks it up again, tries to turn the corner. Great pass inside to Okafor. Oh, wow! Fantastic reverse layup by Gus Okafor, and he was fouled. And the foul was on 15 with a push, and he will go up the line for a 3-point show. So Ochorobia walks into the game, picks up a foul.
Yeah, and this is what I like to see from Gus. You know, that last one, he ended up popping on that ball screen. But this is where he has such an effect being inside and has those finishes around the rim. So I'd like to see him rolling more and taking advantage, getting other guys in foul trouble.
11-point lead for the Eagles, 23-12. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And there's another steal by Okafor, finds Taylor in the open court. Lob up for Cole Long. Alley-oop is good. Cole Long slams it home. The Eagles in complete control at the moment. Long pass out to Miko. Into Nixon, he has to come out. Step back three is no good. Burden Jr. gets some fantastic rebounds for his size. Cole Long for three. Ooh, if that had gone in, we might have seen 2 timeouts in the first period.
Yeah, a bit of a heat check there.
Rodney Glasgow Jr. from the corner. We know he can take that shot, and he does. The left-hander makes the three. That's a welcome relief for Sheffield. Taylor will put his three up, doesn't make it. Gus Okafor almost gets the rebound, but Ochorobia gets a hand in front and is able to clean up. Nixon, Ochorobia rolling to the basket. D'Amico gives it to him. He's faced by Okafor. Ochorobia manages to get round Okafor and lays it in with his left hand. Oh, one of the quickest 8 minutes I've ever known this, Sarah. It's absolutely flown by.
That's a good sign, though.
Yeah.
You're getting in the flow of the game. I like it.
Clark. Oh, nice step by Mitch Clark. Great step by Mitch Clark. Got in front of Nick Kern with a brilliant step and gets to the basket, and Kern put a hand in his back and he's called for the foul. Possible 3-point play coming up again.
Yeah, Nick Kern Jr. just got caught a little bit, got caught on the reject, and Ochorobia coming out to help, but he leaves, and Mitch Clark takes advantage of it. So great IQ play there from Mitch Clark, when to call his number and get to the rim, and he gets rewarded with an and one.
Josh Ward-Hibbert coming on for Cole Long. Clark is good. Nick Clark's coming out as well. Yeah, Dion Hammond back in. Eagles, I nearly said England. Eagles continue to dominate here. 28-17. Inside the last 2 minutes. Nixon, he's going to go hard, kicks it out. D'Amico. Well, that was more of a 3-point push than a 3-point shot. Very unusual shot.
Yeah, a little bit of a push there. I see what you're seeing.
Totally effective though. D'Amico, he hasn't just settling in. He's only played, I think, 4 games.
Yeah, rookie out of DePaul.
Oh, nice from Rashawn Taylor. Josh Ward-Hibbert is fouled by D'Amico. He's saying to the referee, is it on me? And it certainly is. Ward-Hibbert will go up the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, what I really like to see from Eagles is that they're being a little bit more patient and sharing the ball. I think in previous games we've seen, as soon as they break paint, they want to go up with it because they're kind of in a rush. They're being a lot more patient, using everybody really effectively and making sure that when everybody touches the ball, when you break paint, you've got guys cutting, but you've also got guys filling out on the 3-point line. You see Gus rewarded with a 3 earlier in the quarter, and you've got Josh Ward-Hibbert doing what he does so well, getting and cutting to the basket. Those slashes from him are so good. And when you've got the likes of Rashawn Taylor out there and Terrell Burden out there, it's assists galore with those two. So I'm happy to see it for Josh.
Josh Ward-Hibbert makes both free throws. Eagles hit 30 points. 30 points in the first period. Conceded only 20 at the moment. Nixon turns the corner, goes at pace, can't get around. Kern Jr. will attack Josh Ward-Hibbert. Does well, Kern Jr. there. Technical foul on Prentice Nixon. He is a fiery character, is Mr. Nixon.
Yeah, and I think that's referees setting the tone for the game. You know, it's been a little bit too communicative at times, and that was Chris Curl just letting him know, not gonna have it.
And Rashawn Taylor actually missed the free throw. Again, not like him. And the Eagles will inbound from their own end line. Burden Jr. will bring it forward. So nearly every Sheffield player who's been on court has picked up a foul, and that's going to be another one on Ocharobia. That's just, well, I have to say, maybe I'm seeing it on the replay, it just seemed a needless foul.
Yeah, those are those frustration fouls. You know, when you pick up the early ones and technicals start flowing, it's so easy to get caught up in the madness with everything and let those easy ones go. But that's what Josh does well. He's a defensive menace. So he gets up in the grill of everybody, gets up in the shorts of everybody, and that's how you draw fouls like that and get guys and force them into frustration fouls.
Ocharobia gets a seat for that second foul, and Ali Hodzic is back on. Ward Hibbett is back on the line, and Mitch Clark has come on for Rashawn Taylor as well. Ward Hibbett makes the first. Misses out 3 or 4. Missed the second one. 31-22, so 9-point gap. Kern Jr., Glasgow Jr. in the corner has missed that one. Nice tip by D'Amico, but Eagles almost got it. It's Kern Jr., it's D'Amico in the corner. There's another 3 going up. That one is short. Hammond takes a good rebound. The Eagles are going to try and differentials about 4 seconds between game clock and shot clock, but Eagles look like they want to take as much time out as they can, although Burden Jr. going up for 3 doesn't make it. Gives Sheffield enough time to come back, and Nixon will go all the way, but Burden Jr. comes across and gets a brilliant block on Nixon, and that will end it.
Did he get a piece of that?
I think he certainly did. Certainly looked like he did to me. I'm giving it even if the stats are shown. So we finished the first quarter 31-22. Wow, what an explosive exhibition of offense from the Eagles, and not bad defense either. Sheffield with a lot of questions to answer.
Yeah, I think, 31 points in a quarter is obviously great. We applaud that, but in the same breath, I think Mark mentioned it in his interview, defensive intensity is what's going to win this game. So I think Eagles, as much as they're getting into a scoring battle, they're shooting well. As we see, they're getting to the free throw line as well, 7 for 9 from the free throw line so far. But what I like to see, already 4 steals in the first quarter. I think that's huge for them. But obviously shooting well. Defensive intensity is going to be what wins them this game, though. Continue putting Sheffield under pressure, making sure that they don't get comfortable behind the 3-point line and that they can't get themselves, dug back in this game.
Rashawn Taylor already in double figures on 10 as well. There's 3 assists to throw in with that. inside. Good hands by Kern Jr., but Mitch Clark was alive to it. His two-point shot is off. Chapman, the third, takes the rebound. Sheffield now on offense. Chapman Jr. drives in hard. Good defensive work by Ward Hibbert. Chapman Jr. tries to find Ali Hodgson. Clark picks his pocket, and at the other end, Terrell Burton Jr. downhill, left-handed layup. Great player.
Transition play from Eagles there, perfect. That's where they're at their best, playing out in the open court, so I love to see that.
Williams will try to answer with a three. It's off the rim. And once again, Eagles come up with a rebound. I think the Eagles guards really rebound well, don't they?
They absolutely do. It makes them, so effective on that defensive rebounding front.
At the moment, Sheffield's struggling with to find what they need. Gus Okafor drives in. That's off the rim. So Chapman third. In once again to Ali Hodgson. Mark Stuttle calls a timeout. I think he's seen something he doesn't like. Possibly that inside ball to Ali Hodgson, because it seems to be Sheffield's main weapon at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. That ball screen coverage, they're just allowing that pass in a little bit too easy to Ali Hodgson, and I don't think that Eagles are actually exploiting it as well as they could be down the other end. I think offensively, Gus is really liking to pop. He needs to look to continue rolling and making sure that he's putting pressure on the rim just as much as Ali Hodgson is. How do we get him sat back down on the bench? You get him in foul trouble, but Ali Hodgson just needs to continue doing his thing as well. He's playing the space really well. His hedge off on those ball screens has been great. He's able to use, his wingspan and get into the passing lane, so I think that he just needs to continue doing that, and no doubt we're going to see him play some big minutes tonight.
Yeah, just an apology there. We had a little bit of a technical issue. I gather the pictures went down for you. We worked very quickly to get it back up and running, and I gather you're now back on stream and can see everything again.
We don't experience power cuts. I would rather not deal with that tonight up in Newcastle.
A little bit of pixelation there. Is that the right word? I'm not quite sure. Is it pixel? So, Mark Stuttle calls his first timeout. Cole Long is in the game for Gus Okafor. Sheffield will come back to the same five that sat down. Burton Jr. guarded by Glasgow Jr. Lots of juniors tonight.
And the third and juniors and all that.
Great hands by Williams. He knocked the ball away from Hammond. And Hammond has just hit him as Williams goes up. And that's what the sort of play that Sheffield need. Great leadership by Dirk Williams, one of our players to watch. Got the ball away, got downhill, and nobody in front of him. And Hammond trying to recover, just hit him on the arm as he went up. So 2 points for Williams and a chance to make it three.
And that's a tough one from Hammond there. Obviously that turnover, I think that's the second time that's happened to him right there in the same position. And where he's his best is playing off that first step. When he's stagnant like that and just stood with the ball, you allow that turnover to happen for Williams, and he's obviously going to get his hands in there and look for that steal, and that's great play from Williams defensively that turns into offense.
So Sheffield back within 6. They were down by 13, but that's the way to rectify your foul. Let's just knock a three down at the other end.
Yeah, that'll do it. He said, give me that back, let me answer for it.
Chapman, the third, turns the corner. Williams for three again. That looks as if it's going to be off. It is off. Ward Hibbert doing well to get the rebound in front of Ali Hodgson. Clark gives it to Ward Hibbert. He's going to attack the basket. Gives it back out to Cole Long in the corner. He's just too long with his three. Kern Jr. takes the rebound. Kern Jr. for three is good again. We have a three-point shooting contest going on right now. Sheffield winning it 2-1 in the last minute or so. Hammond for another one that hits the front of the rim, but he manages to get the long rebound himself. Drives in, tries to find Cole Long, but it hits Chapman the third on the leg, and it'll be Eagles ball at the end line with a 14-second shot clock.
I think we kind of got bailed out with the offensive rebound there. That was, I think, a little bit of a heat check rush shot. Again, Eagles are at their best when they hit those paint touches, kick out threes, calm it down a little bit, get what's easy.
Nice turn by Cole Long. Steps to the basket and manages to roll it up and in. The foul is on Rodney Glasgow Jr., the 11. Did well, Cole Long, didn't he? The way he turned past Ali Hodges, drove into the middle. He had two players to split, got the shot away, and it just rolled in.
Yeah, it's good patience there from Cole, to not let the ball go too early. He was patient, let it go, and he gets the and. Doesn't get the and one, but he gets the bucket.
But he pulled the foul as well. So here's Chapman the third. Derek Williams comes inside. I was going to say that's an easy two for him by his standards. To miss one like that, doesn't normally miss those ones. Cole Long, Ward Hibbert being aggressive. Gets the hometown roll for two. Eagles leading by 10. Kern Jr. Travel called. Cole Long up to 4 points now, 2 rebounds. I think Atiba Lyons has called a timeout, his second timeout. That leaves him with 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Not sure. So we've got the top scorers in the game, having a look there. As you can see on screen, Rayshon Taylor with 10. He's been sitting down for most of the second period as well. Dion Hammond has 8, Chris Okafor with 6. Ali Hodges leads the way for the Sharks with 8, all of them inside. Williams with 5 and Kern Jr. with 5.
Yeah, and I think spread out scoring is important for Eagles. The last couple games that they've seen wins and walked away with wins, they've had, you know, a few guys in double digits. Obviously missing Maceo Jack tonight is huge because he's another, 15 to 20 points on the night. So I think, even scoring, making sure that everybody's touching the ball. Cole Long having a presence inside, Mitch Clark having transition. Everybody for Eagles needing to contribute. That's what's going to make it hard for Sheffield to continue defending. But I kind of like this timeout from Atiba Lions. If they can respond in the next 6 minutes, they need to close this gap heading into halftime. I think that this is going to be one where they hope that they're going to force Mark Studel into another timeout, as he has to respond to them going on a run. So hopefully they can translate this timeout into a run.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, as I said before, he's still got 6:25 to go, and he's, taken both of his timeouts, but there's no point in holding on to him if your side needs talking to, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, I agree.
So Rayshon Taylor takes over the ball handling. He comes on for Burden Jr. Taylor faced by Nixon. Cole Long slips through the gap, and it's going to be a foul. It's on Ali Hodges. That's his first.
That's what's so nice about having Cole Long be able to play at that 4 or 5 spot and be able to set screens like that, because you set screen after screen after screen, and when you've got 3 consecutive ball screens back to back, that's really difficult to defend, and rightfully so, they draw a foul.
Taylor now, so that is now every Sheffield player with at least 1 foul. Taylor for 3. Whoa. I don't know how he does that. I really don't know how he does it. It looks like he's going to fall over when he shoots it. But it's a brilliant 3 from Taylor. Nudges the Eagles a little bit further in front, back up to 13 points, equals their biggest lead of the night. Nice pass inside by Nixon. He gives it outside to Kern Jr. Cole Long is all over him. Kern Jr. though does well, gets the ball in off the glass. Cole Long probably couldn't have defended that any better.
Yeah,
good
great
offense,
defense, better offense.
Yeah. Cole Long gives it back to Ward Hibbert. Ward Hibbert for 3. That is short. Williams takes the rebound. 10-point ball game. Sorry, 11-point ball game. My fault. Kern Jr. goes inside, and that's an offensive foul on Kern Jr. Atiba Lyons asking why. Gets his explanation. Doesn't look as if he likes the explanation, but...
Well, you're never going to love the explanation, are you?
No. I think coaches have got to be coaches, haven't they? But, you know, I've been watching this game for a lot of years, and I've never seen a referee reverse a call yet. Clark for 3 is off. Williams very active on the glass at the moment, takes another defensive rebound. Almost loses the handle as he tried to find Ali Hodzic. Ali Hodzic will go against Cole Long. Turns round, and his shot is in and out, and I think that's going to be a foul on Long. Yeah, 2 shots for Ali Hodzic.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing out there, just getting guys in foul trouble. You know, he's been such a presence in and around the rim. That's exactly what you want from him, and that ball pressure, you know, just not quite enough to discourage the guards from passing it into him yet. He's moving really well off ball and playing himself into space, so he's absolutely being, you know, the shift that Sheffield need right now.
D'Amico comes on for Kern Jr. Ali Hodzic misses the first. I think what the team alliance has got to do here is got to really shuffle his pack to make sure nobody gets into any more foul trouble. Can afford to go on to 2 probably, but doesn't want any of his players on 2 to go on to 3. Ali Hodzic, encouraged by the Eagles fans to miss both, and he does. 68% so far, no percent tonight so far. Miss from the Eagles. It's Ian Williams it was who got the rebound. D'Amico, Glasgow Jr. Eagles perimeter defense tough at the moment. Williams steps back, goes for the 3, misses it. Taylor takes the rebound. Eagles making Sheffield take tough shots. Taylor bounces the ball off Williams' leg. Clark asking for a screen. Goes downtown and quickly all the way to the basket and lays it in for 2.
I love that from Mitch Clark. He sees everybody stood up in the paint and he looks to capitalize there. That's a great decision from him. Little stagnant offense from Eagles, but they take advantage of the stagnant defense on offense.
And then on defense, Clark gets the hands and deflects the ball away. Okafor is going to go to the basket for 2. He makes that one as well, and the Eagles now lead by 15 points. 47-32. And that'll be a foul on Clark, I think. Ali Hodzic, no, it's actually on Cole Long. Second foul on Cole Long. Ali Hodzic back at the line. Manny Conway comes on for Cole Long. .3:11 to go. Eagles 47, Sharks 32. Eagles Clark. Ali Hodzic makes the first. It just rolls around and Okafor's up to knock it away and pick his own rebound up. Taylor now. Sharks on defense, not quite sure of who their matchups are at the moment, though. They've done well there. And that'll be a backcourt violation. Ocharobia comes on for Ali Hodzic. I think Ali Hodzic was probably out there a little bit longer than the team alliance would have liked, but he didn't have a lot of choice.
No, he didn't. I think, you know, saving his legs for the second half, recognizing how valuable he is tonight, giving him a little rest.
Eagles up 14, and Sheffield a chance to cut it. Glasgow Jr. comes out, guarded by Clark. D'Amico for 3 on the buzzer is no good, but it is recycled. by Ocharobia, and then D'Amico is fouled by Dion Hammond, and he will go up the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and that's Hammond on 2 now, and he's someone you don't want to see get into foul trouble because he is so crucial in the final stretch of games. So I think smart decision. Mark's going to sub here. Terrell Burton back onto the floor.
Mark Stewart having a chat with Dion Hammond as he comes to the bench. D'Amico, meanwhile, at the free throw line. Makes the first. Sheffield has just got to hang around and hang around. I'm sure they'd like to get it to single figures. He makes the both. I'm sure that's what they'll be looking for, Sarah. Try and get this down somehow to single figures. It's 12 at the moment, 2.5 to go.
Yeah, and focus here for Eagles, long offenses and play solid defense and maintain this lead so that when that third quarter comes, they're just having to maintain.
Good handoffs, good movement by all the Eagles players. Burden Jr. trying to get round, gives it to Taylor. Taylor, this time his 3 is off, but Mitch Clark chases it down, gets the offensive rebound and finds Okafor, who gets the step, went for the big slam, but didn't make it. But once again, Mitch Clark, offensive rebound.
Oh my gosh, I about lost my mind with that Gus dunk.
Oh, Rayshon Taylor for 3 is good.
I'm glad they got rewarded on that offense. It was a great hustle, good decisions, all around good possession from them, and they're rewarded with a kick-out 3 from Rayshon Taylor.
So it could have gone less than 12. It's now back up to 15. D'Amico with his 3 is no good. Canway takes the rebound. Nixon falls in front. Clark to Okafor, who's going at pace. Oh, well, Eagles moving. Wow. Wow, that was ball movement of the highest quality from the Eagles. Not just the ball movement, the player movement as well. And it's ended up with Okafor going to the basket and getting fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, in those earlier games when we were watching these guys play together, you know, sometimes you'd see guys cut and it would almost be like a surprise that the next guy's looking, but now there's those expectations that Burton knows that Gus is going to 45 dive. Gus knows, you know, that Manny's going to be there for the dump off pass, and you get rewarded in those moments when you share the ball like that. So that chemistry and that continuity that we've so been craving out of seeing out of this roster is finally really starting to show itself.
Canwick makes the first. Well, I know there's only 1:16 to go, but I'm still a little bit hesitant to say this has almost been a dream half for Mark Stewart.
Yeah, I feel nervous to say that as well.
Well, I've said it now, so there you go. 52-35, 17-point lead. And Nixon has lost the ball again. Okafor comes up. Eagles moving behind the back pass now. It's showboating time, and that's going to be a foul by Ocharobia. If Okafor had finished that, I think the house might have blown up. The roof might have blown off the house.
Yeah, it might have.
Third foul for Ocharobia. He's saying his arms were straight up.
Yeah, this is those little help the helper things that have to happen with Sheffield. You know, they're just not playing too well in the next man. When help goes, not everybody's rotating. They're a little stood up.
Yeah, looking at that replay, it looked like a foul to me. I think Nixon was saying that he was fouled earlier there. He needs to be careful. Obviously haven't picked up that technical foul. Okafor knocks down the first. There's no lineup for the first, but there is a lineup for the second. Inside the last minute, 58.9. Eagles up by 18, misses a second. Kern Jr. takes the rebound. Nixon, Rutino. Ali Hodgins a long way from the basket, which is where the Eagles want to see him. Nixon will come round. Rutino goes all the way in. It's too strong. Kern Jr. does well to get the offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, good positioning from Nick Kern Jr. there. He was just in the right place at the right time, and he's rewarded with the putback.
Cuts the gap to 16. Burton Jr. is going to get all the way downhill there, but he lost the ball at the vital moment. And just as he was going up, it was knocked. Come off him, it goes dead. 22.8. Will Sheffield, no, I was going to say, will they go quickly or will they just decide to go for the one? Looks like they're going for the one. Try and finish with a little bit of momentum. Haven't been able to get any momentum so far in the game. And that's an offensive foul all day long on Prentice Nixon.
Yeah, we didn't have a great view of that, but it was obvious from even where we're sitting that's a push-off. So great defensive pressure from Rayshon Taylor there. You force guys into those frustration fouls again.
Eagles with 6 seconds left to get a shot off. Taylor will shoot the three. Doesn't make it, and that's the ball game for the half, with the Eagles lead by a massive 16 points, 53-37, and they've played really, really well, and Sheffield have had no real answers to them at the moment. We just need to, we'll get some stats together, obviously, at some stage.
We are Virtue. We have over many years built a nationwide network of local dealerships with a choice of amazing cars from the world's leading manufacturers, all cared for by our highly skilled technicians. For customers who continue to praise us to friends and family alike. Because we are Virtue.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Australia and played all my juniors out there, and played at Perry Lakes in the NBL 1 West competition. Played there for 6 or 7 years, and sort of worked my way up through the ranks, and ended up on a development player gig at the Perth Wildcats in the NBL, which was an awesome experience, and then wrapped up and I had the opportunity to come out here and play at Reading, which was awesome. When I signed with Reading, the first thing I told them was my goal was to make it up a league to the BBL at the time, SLB now. And obviously there was a great example with guys like Aaron Rye and Taylor Johnson in the immediate sort of season before me, that they had a great year and were able to make the jump and do it really well. So, you know, I'm not sure that I'll have the same impact as them. Hopefully I do, but you know, they've sort of set a bit of a pathway for the jump between the leagues now, which is really great. The Cup was awesome. I think it's a great opportunity for those BCB teams to be able to play against the best in the country, and you know, it was a competitive hit out. It was one quarter of basketball that Sheffield really showed their class, and you know, blew the lead out, and you know, it was good from us at Reading to be able to fight back and not give up on that game and let the lead blow out. And you know, we managed to get the starters to sub back into the game to finish off the game and that sort of thing, which was, you know, really good for us to have that sort of resilience to bounce back and keep fighting. And I guess from my perspective, it was great to sort of see the quality of the league, you know, the level of physicality, pace and size, and the quality of the imports. You know, it's just that jump up and a bit more polished and more professional, I guess. Yeah, when the opportunity came up with Mark, it was it was a no-brainer really. When I spoke to him and what they had done or what they were doing last season with the EMBL and winning the trophy and just sort of seeing the vibe around the club and the supporters at games and things like that, it was just a perfect storm really when he showed interest, and it was an opportunity that I could pass down. Yeah, I mean, I've got a great relationship with those Reading fans and the club itself. Like, they've been nothing but supportive of the step up, and I loved playing at Loddon Valley in front of them, and hopefully they can follow along a little bit, but I'm sure they'll be cheering on Reading this season, and they've got plenty of other basketball to focus on, so they're pretty passionate and they love the club, and it's a fun place to play. So it was a great opportunity to be there, and lots of love for that club.
I've never been to America. This is my first time, so you know, it's not too much of a culture shock, honestly. You know, it's been a pretty good transition, and I'm very thankful for that. It's going smooth. I've really been liking the transition. You know what I'm saying? It's been a vibe out here, and I really like getting used to it. So it's a pretty cool city for sure. Coach Mark talked to me for sure. I feel like I was the right person for the position I'll be playing. You know, and then obviously getting to England, like, you know, I know it's a good coach over here. You know, they love basketball as well. So I just feel like I was a good fit for the team. You know, I will continue to stack those days and get to that point. He expected a lot from me, if I'm being quite honest. You know, we like this sometimes, but that's my guy. And I like the way that he's coaching, and he expected a lot from me, and I wouldn't want anything less. So I'm gonna continue to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rookie guard, but he gonna hold me accountable like I've been there 10 years. So I'm grateful. Both of them, they've been in my ear. They some good guys for sure. You know, I'm very grateful to have those type of people that are experienced and they want to give back to somebody that's younger than them, you know. You don't always get experiences like that, so I'm grateful for that. And you definitely, like, you want to learn from those guys. You know, they taught me little small rules that we got here that we don't have back home, just about even inbounding the ball, you know, calling timeout, stuff like that. Like, that matters to a point guard, and they understand that, and that's why I'm very thankful to have those guys on the team. I'm definitely an exciting player. Like, I won't sugarcoat it. Like, I get on the court, you know, I'm shooting step back threes, and I'm getting to the rack, you know, get to the rim from time to time, you know, a good scorer. But I think what doesn't show up on that is just my passion and the love I have for the game and how I play. And, you know, it might come with the leadership role I play. It might come with just the intensity I feel like I bring all the time. So that might be something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but we still gonna get those highlight plays and stuff like that. I'm definitely that type of player for sure. I think we can be really good. We have guys that play hard, love the game, play the right way, and just like I said, we play at that intensity. So I feel like we hang our hat on the defensive end, we'll definitely be one of the top teams. And you know, I'm not scared to say it. It is what it is. Honestly, I just want to win. Like, I know that's a cliche answer, but who doesn't want to win? You know what I'm saying? I want to go out there, I want to perform on a personal level, but all in all, if I take care of that, I know we'll be one of the top teams, and that's the main goal. And once championships, you know, I'm not too familiar on all the formats and stuff, but I'm gonna find it out as we go. I'm a wing it type of person, so I'm gonna get out there, play as hard as I can, try to win every day.
Super League basketball is leveling up British hoops. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Okay, welcome back to the second half of tonight's Super League basketball game between the Newcastle Eagles and the Sheffield Sharks. The Eagles leading 57-35 at the half. Just want to apologise once again. I know we've had a lot of technical difficulties down at headquarters with both the pitches and the sound. They're working very, very hard to try and rectify that. Hopefully you can all hear me. Or perhaps it's a good thing when you can't, I don't know. But obviously we're trying our best to make sure that we can get maximum enjoyment for you out of tonight's game. There's the score, half-time score graphic up there. As I said, 53-37. Eagles have led from the buzzer, first buzzer to the half-time buzzer. And we're going to have a look at some stats here. Sarah, what stands out for you there? I know what stands out for me.
What stands out for you, Jeff? I want to hear that first.
53% to 44%, and 73% to 65%, 37% to 20%. All the percentages, and even the free throws, 71% to 55%. All of the shooting percentage, well up for the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think that free throw percentage for Sheffield are one they're going to want to see go up. That's free money at the line that they're leaving behind, and where you've got a deficit, free throws are the ones you really got to be knocking down, and you don't want to leave anything to chance on the free throw line. So I think Eagles just need to keep doing what they're doing. They're shooting really well. They got hot early, but going into this third quarter, that guy right there, Ali Hodzic, with his kickouts, his back to the basket game, he's been great at the rim. He's got to continue doing that into this second half. And Rayshon Taylor, we see his highlights here. You know, he has been so prolific for them thus far this season. Keep doing what he's doing.
Yes, Taylor leads all scorers in the game with 16 points. Gus Okafor has 9, and Mitch Clark has 7 for the Eagles. And for Sheffield, they have Nick Kern Jr. on 9, Ali Hodzic on 9, Dirk Williams on 5, and Troy D'Amico on 5. think the other thing as well is Sheffield have 11 turnovers. We said they needed to slow that down. They've actually increased that. Eagles only with 5 turnovers.
Yeah, and that speaks to the defensive intensity from Eagles, so that needs to be maintained. It's something that Mark highlighted at the beginning of this game. So this last 20 minutes of basketball, Eagles need to find a way to play the same way that they played the first half.
So it's Chapman the third, Williams, Ali Hodgson, Kern Jr. and Ratino. For Sharks, Clark, Long, Taylor, Canway and Hammond, and the first points of the second half go to Sheffield. Need more of that. Stops as much as anything they need. Chapman the third feels as if Taylor hooked him, but the block has been called. First points of the half for Sheffield, first foul of the half for Sheffield.
And I'm just watching this replay, and I see where Chapman does have, an argument maybe for the hook around for the offensive foul call there, but smart play from Rayshon Taylor to draw that foul.
Clark to Long is short with his 3. Cole Long announced today that he'd signed for Niagara in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, which he'll play when he leaves the Eagles. Don't know whether it'll be. Well, it's actually, I think, been called on Chapman the third. I thought it had been called on an illegal screen, but it's actually, that's his 3rd foul. I think he may well he get a seat? I don't know if we can say that again, because I know when the foul was called, Ali Hodgson shook his head as if to say, I didn't set an illegal screen. Well, you're right, he didn't. Taylor will shoot the 3 from way downtown, doesn't make it. Ali Hodgson takes the rebound. Only his 4th rebound of the game. Feels as if he's got more than that. Williams kicks it out. And from the corner, it's Kern Jr. He can knock that down, as he's just shown.
Yeah, and off ball, he moves really well, so that's great ability to facilitate from Williams there.
Nice assist. Sheffield making the early running in the second half. Offensive foul called on Cole Long.
Yeah, good heads-up play from Chapman there. He saw that one coming. He knew that Cole wanted to, do that step through, little hip out right there. So good call from Chapman there, but another warning coming from Atiba Lions.
Yeah, Lions warned for his conduct by umpire Chris Curl. Sheffield, though, have made a decent start to this quarter. Lead it 5-0. Kern Jr. goes for 3 more, but that's an air ball. Cole Long, that was his 3rd foul, that offensive foul, so he gets a seat. Burden Jr., so the Eagles going a bit smaller. The 3-guard lineup, which terrorized Sheffield in the first half. Canway stands his ground. Burden Jr. goes round and drops the ball. What a great pass that was. No basket though. Foul is on Chapman the third. Now that's his 4th, I believe.
Make sure the 4.
Yeah, it is just not Chapman the third's night tonight.
I'm surprised he wasn't brought out after his 3rd one, though. I know it hasn't been much time in between, but it was a great pass by Burden as well as his foul. Canway was inside the last 10 seconds of the shot clock. Dion Hammond puts it into Canway. Canway go to work against Ali Hodgson. That's a travel, I think. Yep. All day long.
Yeah, way to be disciplined by Ali Hodgson there.
Great defense. Again, Eagles still haven't scored in this half yet. Nearly 2.5 minutes. So I mentioned the 3rd quarter blip that they quite often have. Great pass by Kern Jr. Great take by Ali Hodzic. Lays it in for 2.
Yeah, and a tough little miscommunication defensively there between Burden and Clark. They just didn't switch correctly, and that led to an easy pass inside.
But Mitch Clark pays the compliment, gets a good pass inside, and Canway slams home the Eagles' first points of the half. They were very much needed. Prentice Nixon is off. Great rebound by Dion Hammond. Has he been called for the foul? The foul is called on Emmanuel Canway.
Oh.
On the contest and the rebound. Yeah, apparently he's called on Canway for hooking on the arm.
It's only a hoop when you're in Newcastle.
Kern Jr. is off the front of the rim. Burden gets above Ali Hodzic, which isn't an easy thing for him to do, but he gets up there and gets the rebound. Inside to Canway. Canway going for another one, but Williams with a fantastic block. Fantastic block by Dirk Williams. Gives it to Nixon inside to Hodzic. And he lays it in for 2 again. Down to single figures. Ali Hodzic, the man for Sheffield at the moment. Him and Nick can do work inside. Burden Jr., and that's going to be a foul on Ali Hodzic. Burden doing well to get the shot away to make it look like he was shooting. I'm not sure he really was. If you watch this, so he's driving in, and it's Ali Hodzic with that reach in, and he just throws it up, doesn't he? Yeah. He's going to go the line for 2 shots.
I think he's just gotten poked in the eye there. So.
He's got such a low centre of gravity. He gets elbows and little bumps in the face quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed that in the past. He goes to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Terrell only sitting at 2 points thus far tonight.
Not the best free throw shooter as well. 68%, misses the first. Does get it a long way in the air when he shoots it as well. Really gets it up there. And he's missed them both. Rotino takes the rebound. Sheffield still eating away the Eagles' lead. Nixon driving in. Hammond gets his hands on it, but Nixon's able to turn around and get the jump shot in. And I think Mark Stootle's called for a timeout. He has, and he gave the referee the death stare at the same time.
Yeah, I think smart timeout from Mark Stootle, though. This is definitely one, momentum shifter. I mentioned it a few times in the first half, this third quarter lull that Newcastle can experience, and this is where defensive intensity really, really matters. You don't want to get into a scoring battle at this point. You don't want to go bucket for bucket. This right now is about digging in defensively and making it so that Sheffield have a much harder time scoring. Right now, they're getting good looks. They're kind of starting to gamble defensively. They need to stick to what was working for them in the first half, playing really tight and playing really disciplined up in those passing lanes.
Yeah, they've got a 11-2 it is for the so far in the second half. Eagles only scored 2 points in 4 minutes after scoring 53 in the first half, and those 2 points were the Canway slam. The Sheffield obviously must have had a really good talking to by Atiba Lyons at half time. They've made some adjustments. Defensively, they're doing very well, and they just need. Offensively, they're obviously picking off a few points, but they probably just want a little bit more. But if they can keep playing defense this way, they will get back into the game. They're already back in the game. Only 7 points of difference. Eagles fans looking a little bit edgy, but there is a reason why Sheffield are 4th in the league. And why they've got a more than 50, I think it's 15-13 record, so they're over 500. Let's see what Stootle's called up. Burden, Taylor, Clark, Canway and Hammond. Nixon, Williams, Ali Hodzic, Rotino and Kern Jr. Burden gets it over halfway, gives it to Taylor, gets it back. He's going to try and attack the basket. And then gets the ball inside. And that's the easiest foul in the world to call for the referee. Good work inside though by Canway, getting free, and then good footwork as he goes for the layup. Well found by Burden as well.
Yeah, and I like that patience there from Canway as well. You know, he just holds on 2 feet for just that extra second, which gets guys in the air, and he's able to pull that foul out.
Still a very young man, Canway, and making his way, and I think he's had a really good season, to be fair. I'm not sure the Eagles would have expected him to have been as good as he's been. And of course, as I talk him up, he misses the first free throw.
Yeah, and his minutes have varied. You know, he saw that, you know, playing time dip a little bit midway through the season, and now, you know, especially not seeing Maceo Jack on the floor right now, he's going to be huge for them.
Makes the first, and then gets a seat. Goes Okafor back on. 9 points, 2 rebounds in the first half for Okafor. He's back on. Nixon brings the ball up. Nixon up to 6-0. Great steal by Taylor again. Burden Jr. nipping along the baseline. Couldn't get up for the put in. Okafor is isolated a little bit here. Gives it back to Hammond. Turnaround 2 is no good. Ocharobia, who's on, took the rebound. Ali Hodgson having a seat. Good screen setting by Ocharobia. Nixon is able to find Williams in the corner, and Williams knocks down the 3. Here come the shot. Continue commentating in the hope that we get back on. So we're back. I think we're back. Apologies again. Glasgow Junior goes to the basket and is fouled. Fouled by Terrell Burden. So he will go to the line to shoot 2. Eagles scored at the last 58-51, 4:16 to go. It's a long way still to go in the third period. Been an excellent period so far for Sheffield. Glasgow Junior is good from the line. He makes this, it'll be 16-4 so far in this quarter. Makes them both. Okay, so it's Terrell Burden, brings it over to Rashawn Taylor going in hard. Turnaround jump shot is no good. Rebound taken by Kern Jr. He's going to attack. Good defense by Ward Hibbert. But he's fouled him this time as he come in. I think he was asking for help on the right side and it didn't come. had to just move across himself.
Yeah, and that's a tough one from Rayshawn. You know, that help side has to come there too. So, but I mean, I think offensively is where the shift needs to happen a little bit. Defensively, I think they've maintained a good level of intensity, but offensively, you know, what looked really good and when they saw easy buckets was sharing the ball well, getting Sheffield to turn their head, not great help side defense. And Sheffield have obviously made a really good adjustment coming into this third quarter. And, you know, you notice you've only got one player on double digits for Eagles right now. Multiple players on double digits for Sheffield right now. 3 players in Williams, Kern Jr., and Ali Hodzic, all in double digits. So when that scoring spread happens, you're able to get yourself back into games. Eagles need to find a way to get everybody scoring.
And that won't help though, Sheffield, and Kern Jr. misses a pair, which would have got them back really almost within one shot. So Eagles still up by 5. Long is going to try and get to the basket. Off the glass for 2. Good aggressive deep offense by Cole Long.
Yeah, a little unorthodox there, but you know what? He got it away.
Glasgow Jr., Kern Jr. Is there any more juniors? Williams, back to Glasgow Jr. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And he makes the 2.
Easy bucket for Rodney Glasgow Jr. there. He loves that shot, little pick and roll and come off of it to a dribble pull up.
Yeah, Sheffield definitely sharing the ball and sharing the scoring load. Ward Hibbert will drive inside, and again, high off the glass. Two very similar baskets in the last 2 offenses from the Eagles. Just picked our offense back up. Oh, and a great steal from Taylor. Gives it to Long gives it to Okafor, who missed the first one, but misses the second one, and even missed the third one.
Yeah, a couple pumps there trying to get Archirobia in the air. Gus just couldn't get him to jump.
And that's going to be a foul on Cole Long, and that'll be his 4th foul, I think. 4th foul on Cole Long, and it's 2 and the bonus. Cole Long has to come out. Latino comes out for D'Amico.
I think that was a good decision from Kern Jr. though. You know, he saw that Eagles were in a bit of a lull defensively, and he took advantage of that, and that's what you need, you know, to be able to be up. And 21 points in a quarter thus far. You know, they only scored 15 in the second quarter, so to already be at 21 with 2 minutes to go, you know, they're having themselves a good third quarter, and that's what they needed to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, 4-point ball game now. I'm not sure many people saw this coming. I have to give credit to Sarah. She said the Eagles' third quarter lulls what's been costing them more season.
It's almost like I watch them every once in a while.
Absolutely. Burden Jr. trying to get inside. It's only 1 second on the shot clock, and oh, wow. So the clock was just about to expire, so Burden was probably putting up a shot which wasn't going anywhere. But I think Williams has fouled him in the act of shooting.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play from Burden, though. You know, he saw that Williams was going to jump. I don't know if he did that intentionally to pull that little, you know, hitch that drew the foul by Williams, but, you know, so it is going to be a foul. We see Chris Crow make that call here, so Burden will go to the free throw line. But, you know, that's the tough one, too. When you play 24 seconds of great defense and you get right down to the end of the shot clock, that's what drives coaches insane. I'm sure Atiba Lyons is probably stewing in front of that bench right now, because that is not what you want to see when you've made a team play a full 24-second offense.
Burden Jr. misses the first. It was actually 1 second left on the shot clock. And he makes the second, makes it a 5-point game. Sheffield definitely look a lot more confident, a lot more bounce in their step at the moment, deservedly so. They lead the quarter 21-10. Williams 4-2 is good. Bread and butter for Dirk Williams.
Yep.
Remember, he was one of our men to watch, and he's 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Inside the last 120, Burden Jr. is going to try and get all the way down the hill. Josh Ward-Hibbert for 3 is no good. D'Amico takes the rebound. A 3-point game could become a 1-point game, or even as a level game if Sharks, will they go 2, will they go 3, will they score tall? Certainly inside the last minute, Glasgow Junior turns the corner. Burden almost gets the steal. Oh, Rodney Glasgow Jr., that is a tough basket, and makes it a 1-point game. It's 63-62. One more stop, one more offense, and Sharks could even be in the lead going into the final quarter, which would probably be unthinkable at half-time. Burden Jr., well, there you go. It's going to be a jump ball. Brilliant defense from Sharks again.
I'm not sure if we've got a jump ball call here or a I'm hearing conflicting messages.
Technical foul on the Sheffield bench. Technical foul on the Sheffield bench, and he's pointing to the bench, not the coach. And also a foul on, I think, Rodney Glasgow Jr. for a push.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a push by Glasgow Jr. on Terrell Burden, and then a technical foul on the bench for the comment afterwards.
So we'll shoot the technical free throw first, and then Burden will shoot.
That's right. That's my understanding of it as well. So Taylor with the technical is short. That's 2 technical free throws he's missed tonight. Oh, very, very unlike him. Now Burden Jr. will go to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the penalty, only 27 seconds to go. Burden makes the first. Two or 5 from the line. 2 or 6. He's missed 4. Ocharobia takes a good rebound. It's a 2-point game. Sheffield looking to level. How long will they run off the clock? I'm sure they'll go as far down as they feel they can. Glasgow Jr. sets the screen. Williams 4-3 is no good. Rashawn Taylor does well to get that ball in. Only 3 seconds. Great pass by Ward-Hibbert. Kosovo can't make the 3, but the Eagles just about hang on to the lead. 64-62, but what an adjustment, what a quarter by Sheffield. They win that quarter 25-11. So I just had a bit of a coughing fit there.
No need to call me out there. Oh my gosh, I almost hit it. I could have played that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think how they finish that quarter is how they need to come in and start the 4th quarter. That heads-up play from Josh, you know, regardless of time on the clock, they don't give up. They try to exploit the possession and still get a 3-up. And, you know, Eagles see their shooting percentage go down a little bit. Now they're 7 for 24 from the 3-point line. Sheffield also not shooting particularly well from the 3-point line, but this is what I said earlier. You don't want to see yourself get into a scoring battle, because if we live and die by the 3-point line, that's not going to see us into many wins. So I think Eagles need to just continue to look at hitting the rim, making sure that they're getting passes inside, and that's how they're going to be able to maintain a lead. You know, obviously both of these teams, no stranger to close games, and, you know, they will have been battle tested throughout the season thus far. So, you know, Sheffield just need to continue doing what they're doing. Whatever magic potion that Tiba put together in halftime, he just needs to do the same thing now, and they come out and have a good 4th quarter.
Probably the end of the quarter has probably come at a good time for the Eagles as well, because, you know, it doesn't break Sheffield's momentum necessarily, but there was a chance there that they might not even have been leading at the end of the 3rd. 2 points is only 2 points though. But I'm sure they'd rather have 2 points up than be 2 points down.
I agree.
So we will see what happens next. 10 minutes to go. Not sure I thought this would be the way it was, but we've got a great 10 minutes coming up. Yep. So Taylor, Burden, Clark, Ward, Hibbert, and Okafor, Amico, Kern Jr., Chapman III, Nixon, and Ali Hodgich. Eagles with the first possession. Just having a quick look at some of the scores around the league at the minute. Cheshire 9 points up at London at the moment. Okafor for 3 is no good. Nixon takes the rebound. Sheffield with a chance to level it, or even go in front. Chapman at 13, probably want to try and get it. Nixon for 3 is off the rim. Burden Jr. times that superbly. Flies in front of Ali Hodgich to take the rebound. Gus Okafor thought about the 3, didn't shoot it. Burden Jr. does, it's off. Sheffield getting an awful lot of rebounds at the moment, Sarah.
Yeah, they're pulling him down, and I think, you know, Gus just a little bit hesitant to shoot that shot there, but good decision to kick to Terrell.
D'Amico back out. Ball movement by Sheffield is good. Only 6 seconds on the shot clock though. D'Amico is guarded by Taylor, and Taylor gets the steal. Gets it to Okafor, and Okafor, wow. Great trail by Josh Ward. Taylor with the steal, Okafor with the pass. Taylor missed the layup, but Josh Ward on the follow-up gets it there. Ali Hodgich can't make it at the other end. Gus Okafor tips it to Amico. Burton almost stole it, has now stolen it. Substitution. Technical foul on the Eagles bench.
Oh, that's a frustrating technical right now. That was a fan behind the bench yelling that a referee is hearing, and he's hearing it as the bench. So that's a bench technical for Eagles. That's a yikes.
Well, it's what I said before. You're absolutely right. The fans even stand up and say it was him that took the technical. It was his comment that. Well, maybe justice is done there because they missed. No, it was a bench technical call on the Eagles, but it was actually a supporter who called out that the referee heard. But the technical foul was missed. Chapman III is called for a travel. Now, a lot of fans would call that a make-up call.
Yeah, he's just not having himself a great night tonight.
So Eagles up by 4 after all of that, what's gone on. We get back to playing basketball. That was almost an easy pick-up for Chapman III, but he nearly went out of bounds. Ali Hodgich gives him it back. Chapman steps back, that's way short. Oh, the ball's bouncing all over the place. Chapman III, though, goes in, gets his 2. Puts it to 2 points again.
Yeah, and anytime you see the ball go up right now, you've got yellow jerseys just swarming that ball, and I think Eagles need to have that same, sense of urgency to get hold of the ball.
Foul is called on Prentice Nixon. That will be his 4th foul. Another one of those players that's never made a foul in his life. His 4th foul though, and he's been very instrumental. And now a 5-second call on Braun Taylor. Wow. We can hardly keep up with all this technical that's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of just rules happening.
Kern Jr. comes in, kicks out to Nixon. Nixon is fouled by Taylor as he tries to go past him. It'll be Rayshon Taylor's third foul. Hammond comes in for Burden Jr. Nixon on 4 comes out. Williams comes back in. That's not the worst substitution you could have. Just feel this game, obviously both teams are desperate for the win, going helter-skelter, and it just seems to be causing a few scrappy moments. There you go, there's another one. Chapman, the third, puts it in. Ball bounces off Ali Hodges' knees. Eagles get the ball. Clark turns, gives the ball back to Okafor. He puts it in the hands of Taylor. 7 seconds. Taylor will put the 3 up, that's off. Kern Jr. takes another rebound. That might well be a double-double now. Retino for 3 is no good. Ali Hodges can't get it, Clark does.
Yeah, but this pace that Eagles are playing with right now, trying to walk the ball up the court, I don't love it.
Okafor has missed his 3 this time. Sheffield pushing. Williams will go inside to Ali Hodges, who seemed to have been in there a long time, but it's going to be a foul. The foul is on Okafor inside.
Yeah, but you know, that's what rewarded, you know, playing out in transition in the open court. Heads up play from Chapman to Williams. Williams sees the inside dump off pass, and that's exactly what they're trying to be able to exploit there in transition, and what Eagles need to be doing as well.
Kern Jr. Again, miscommunication on Eagles defense. Easy inbound by Chapman the third. Kern Jr. nets his 17th point of the game, and he's got 10 rebounds to go with it as well. So double-double for Nick Kern Jr., a player that Mark Stuttle said has caused them problems in all 3 games so far. Taylor gets down, Hatman, and Okafor flies in from the side and slams it home.
Beautiful play. That's what we like to see. We get a paint touch, a dive from the corner, we get a dunk. Those are the easy buckets that are going to keep them in this game. Not playing 1v1, not early 3s in the shot clock.
And there's another one at the other end. Chapman the third finding Kern Jr. He'll love that, Kern Jr. Alley-oop and a slam home. And we're back level, it's 68 all.
Yeah, that's a tough bucket from Nick Kern Jr. Way to be there and got up above the rim.
Clark, Williams all over him, but he gets through and gets down, can't make it. Well, Kern Jr. seems to be absolutely everywhere at the moment. And Chapman the third, and that's a foul by Taylor from behind. Eagles not the penalty. The team of Lions thought he was going up. That's a 4th foul on Rayshon Taylor. And it's another foul on Dion Hammond. And it's a technical on Dion Hammond as well for throwing the ball away. So the foul, as I think it was Retino, attacked the basket, and Hammond threw the ball away. Let's have a look. Here we go. There's the foul. Foul all day, and then he just throws the ball away. So Williams will shoot the free throw. Now, if this goes in, it's taken them 34.5 minutes, but it would put them in the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and I think this is just frustration getting, you know, the best of Eagles right now.
Williams misses the technical. It seems to be the technicals haven't actually been taken advantage of, really, but I think Retino's going to line to shoot 2.
For the unsportsmanlike, it'll be, so I think he'll still be by himself on the line.
And the first one gets the roll, and down it goes. I find it astonishing that a shooter like Jordan Rotino is only 55% from the line.
Yeah, sometimes free throws, you know, they're very much a mental game.
But Sheffield take their first lead of the night, and they have offense ball again. Williams makes it a 4-point lead, and Mark Stootle has no choice other than to call his second timeout of the half.
Yeah, but you know, I think we saw this in their last game against Manchester, right? You know, in the third quarter, Terrell Burton had an outstanding play. He gets a block, he goes down, he gets a layup in the fast break, but then he comes down the other end and he gets a technical. And these are those momentum shifts that, you know, are so big for Eagles. And Hammond right here, he just gets stuck behind on that inbounds play, ends up with a foul, and then he gets a technical for just, you know, a little frustration thing. So I feel like Eagles just need to get away from these frustration things and just play basketball. You know, they're in these games with top teams. This is number 4 seed, right? You know, this is to be, you've got to be able to take this pressure and go with what you, especially at this point in the season.
Well, certainly Sheffield have just found their offensive flow, and you've seen 4 or 5 baskets there where they've just got to the right place at the right time, either a slam or a nice floater goes in, and they've deservedly come all the way back. And big part of that is their assists. They've got 21 assists now, and you've got the likes of Williams with 4, Chapman a third with 5, Prentice Nixon with 7 assists. But Nick Kern Jr. for me, 19 points, 10 rebounds, leading the way for the Sheffield Sharks. Ali Hodgins 13, Dirk Williams 14. And Sheffield lead by 4, it's 72-68. Eagles looking to cut the gap for the first time tonight. Taylor's 3-point shot is off. Guess who took the rebound? Kern Jr. takes that one, puts Sheffield back on offense. Chapman the third, remember, playing on 4 fouls, playing very smartly on 4 fouls. Kern Jr. wants to do it himself, doesn't make it this time. Cole Long back in the game, also on 4 fouls, gets a rebound. Eagles with another chance to cut it. Taylor calling for the screen to be set by Ward Hibbert. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to step back and knock down the 3. Trademark Rayshon Taylor. Takes him up to 21 points personal. Takes us back to a 1-point game. Eagles down by 1. Chapman the third turns the corner against Ward Hibbert. What a great pass that was. Superb pass from Chapman the third, but what a cut as well by Nick Kern Jr.
Yeah, fantastic cut from Nick Kern Jr. He absolutely got right to where he wanted. Easy reverse layup.
Rayshon Taylor is fouled. Foul is on Dirk Williams. There was a question of timeout called by Atiba Lyons. I think there was a question mark there from Stootle as to whether Rayshon Taylor was hit after the foul was called as well. So there we have our top 3 scorers, and remember, all the Eagles were top scorers at the half. Now we've got Nick Kern Jr. with 21 points, Williams with 14, and Ali Hodgins with 13. And they have made a big difference. Taylor on 21 for the Eagles, Okafor on 11, but he had 9 at the half. Ward Hibbert on 9 as well. It's still anybody's guess as to which way this game will go, Sarah, but at the moment, the momentum that Sheffield have shown in the second half, as you said, they're a number 4 seed. They probably couldn't continue to play as badly as they played in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, there's the expectation that they're going to come back and play some good basketball. And, you know, obviously momentum, I keep saying that word. I feel like it's the word of the night right now. All the momentum was with the Eagles in the first half. And now it's all with Sheffield. And, you know, you mentioned Rodney Chapman the third. He's been in just, it seems like, every single possession. He's passing the ball up the floor. He's getting rebounds. He's attacking the glass. He's doing everything that Sheffield need to be doing, and he's kind of been that, you know, spark that's made everybody follow suit. Nick Kern Jr., you can see, is just fired up. He loves to play defense, you know, when he really gets into it. So I think Eagles need to figure out how they're going to respond here. Obviously, no more Hammond now as he hits the locker room with those 2 techs. So we'll see how these last 3 minutes go.
Yeah, it's a good spot because I didn't actually say that it was a non-sportsmanlike.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so it was a good spot, and as you say, that Hammond's had to leave the building.
Getting an early shower.
So Eagles with the inbound with Long out to Okafor. They're going to get this ball in the hands of Taylor quite a lot now. I think we'll see that a lot now. He's going to attack the basket. We'll try to pass it out. Latino is there. Kern Jr. is, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike foul. Kern Jr. taking exception to it. This is where I don't understand. They've got the call, walk away.
Yeah, I think it's the argument that, you know, Mitch Clark feels like he's going for the ball, which I can understand. You look at that play, I think the intention is to go for the ball, but you look at the contact in where he is positioning-wise in the play, that's when you've just got to let go, right?
Yeah, and, you know, not to labour the point, but we keep talking about it. Referees don't change their mind. So it is an unsportsmanlike foul. Things just turning a little bit sour for the Eagles. Kern Jr. knocks the first one down.
Oh, here goes Nick Kern Jr. just gesturing to the fans. He loves playing in this environment, you can tell. He's used to those really big-time college environments at VCU, so, you know, good for him. First-year rookie, he's loving it here.
Yeah, he makes it, and he's going to tap the basket again, and he's been called for a travel. He's been called for travel, and after giving the Eagles fans something, the Eagles fans will all up off their feet, giving it back to him right now. I just think players playing on emotion is never a bad thing. Taylor, oh, what a great pass to Cole Long, and Cole Long rolls the ball in. 4-2 for the Eagles, 3-point game, 76-73. This could just finish anywhere.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat right now, Jeff.
Well, I would be, but I was the other night and I fell off it. Oh. That was in the house. So, Chapman the third, oh wow, that's a pretty play. And then buries into Taylor, but he picks Taylor up. That was just tough defense by Taylor, but as Sarah likes to say, better offense. 5
Sometimes
points.
you just got to respect it and say tough shot.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It was a really tough shot because Taylor followed him all the way. But Chapman, the third, is, you know, he's played on 4 fouls for a long time. Dished out assists. Taylor from way downtown. Once again, shooting from the car park and takes it back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, he lives for these moments.
He certainly does. Ali Hodgson will not shoot the 3. Chapman the third might. No, he's going to go inside. And that's going to be, yeah, offensive foul call on Ali Hodgson. You can push, you can shoot, but you can't throw elbows.
Yeah, I think that little drop of the shoulder right there. Rayshon Taylor read that well, maintained contact, just chest to body, and Ali Hodgson initiates the contact there. They got the switch they wanted, though. That's probably the matchup they want.
Yeah.
But that's a great defensive possession for Rayshon Taylor.
It's always interesting to watch the coaches as well. Neither coach, I think, is very impressed with the foul counts or foul calls at the moment. Clark will go all the way. Oh, just didn't drop for him. Foul is on 3. It's on Chapman the third. Now he's gone for the last 2 minutes, which brings Prentice Nixon back on court. Clark with a chance to level things. Eagles have missed 11 free throws.
Yeah.
15 of 26.
Those are going to be one of those things that you've got to make note of in the locker room after, but get it over the line right now, get these 40 minutes done, and we deal with it on Monday.
And he's missed them both, but Cole Long comes up with a rebound, but he misses the chippy. Okafor misses a chippy, and then Cole Long recovers it and puts it in. Not sure how many chances you get, but...
Yeah, you know, when you're making the joke when you're sitting on the outside here that they're stat padding, they're missing just to get their rebounds up, but my goodness, just put the ball in the basket.
Terrell Burden almost gets a fantastic steal. Wow. I really have no idea what's coming next. Is it a steal? Well, it was a great bit of defense, whatever happens.
We'll see what our statisticians with Luke Orwin there, if he gives that as a little mini possession there or a turnover.
I was wondering whether Prentice Nixon knew what the shot clock situation was. He obviously did, because he came over halfway line, shot the three, missed it. Burden Jr. gets the rebound. Taylor turns Rutino one way, tries to turn the other, doesn't put the shot up, and I think it's going to be an offensive foul called on Mitch Clark, I believe. Yeah, with a push, going for the rebound.
Yeah, move on, Mitch, please. Move on. We are in the last 2 minutes of the game, minute and 26 left. We just got to ride these fouls out, right? They're going to happen. We're everybody's hustling for the ball. Mitch Clark only sitting at 3 fouls. Yes, we're in the bonus, but we just got to let it go. No talking to the referees. We've got texts flying left, right, and center. I don't want to see any more technical fouls at this last minute and 26 seconds.
1 of 3, Prentice Nixon from the line. Is it or is it? No, it's, I think, Nick Kern Jr. The villain of the piece as far as the Eagles fans are concerned. He's going to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first. This time he doesn't give it to the Eagles fans. Suspect he might if he makes the second. Actually 4 of 6 from the line. Make that 4 of 7. Ali Hodgson almost gets the rebound. Cole Long does fantastically well though to get it. Sheffield up by a point, 79-78. Cole Long does really well to keep Mitch Clark's pass in. Eagles, well, the ball was thrown a long way in. Oh, Eagles, the pocket was picked, and Mark Suter calls a timeout as Dirk Williams slams it home. Well, I think we've got games all over the place going to overtime, believe it or not, Sarah. I'm just going to have a quick look.
You said the word! You said the word!
Manchester have taken a 3-point win at Leicester, 101-98. Surrey and Caledonia have gone to overtime with 104 each. And Cheshire are 13 points up with 5 minutes to go in London.
Yeah, this is, we said it at the top of the show, Jeff. This is where, anybody can get got on any given night. And I think Sheffield have really just not played their best version of basketball tonight. But to credit the Newcastle Eagles, they are definitely coming and showing that they've created some continuity in their roster. And, obviously the return of Josh Ward-Hibbert has been so big for the Eagles. So they just got to stay in it. These close games at this point in the season, this is the time for you to be peaking at the level of basketball that you want to see heading into playoffs. So to see Eagles in contention with obviously the number 4 team, this is huge for them.
So 78-81, Stutel calls his last time out. As we say, no point in saving them if you're down, particularly this time. Nixon, Rutino, Ali Hodgson, Kern Jr. and Williams, Okafor, Long, Clark, Taylor and Burden Jr. and it'll be Eagles ball at the end line. Ball is in. Taylor wants it, gets it off Okafor, gets it over the timeline. Setting offense up. Inside the last minute, Long goes hard to the basket and it lays it in off the basket for 2. 46 seconds to go. Kern Jr. will get it over halfway. Sheffield just up by that one single point, 81 to 80. This is a guy they trust an awful lot. Nixon on the ball at the moment. Clark facing up to him. 5 seconds. Oh, Clark, good on defensive effort, fantastic. Eagles have, well, there's about a second on the shot clock, and Taylor is called for an offensive foul on Kern Jr. And that will be his game done. Ward Hibbert comes back out. Well, Kern Jr. went quiet, is back up being making the noise. And I think Tiber Lions has called a timeout.
Yeah, I think that's a smart timeout from Atiba Lions, though. Guys getting a little bit fired up. I mean, obviously defensive energy from Nick Kern. You know, that's Nick Kern Jr. That's a obviously great foul call there. Rayshawn Taylor just, you know, leaning into the contact a little bit too much. And but Eagles do get a chance to talk about it here and make a plan for what they're going to do in these last 17.8 seconds.
Well, Sheffield, will they advance the ball?
I don't know. See, I never know when it's this close what teams decide to do, because you advance, you take your shot clock down to 14, right? And I think Eagles have proven on many occasions, we've seen it here in Virtue Motors Arena, that they can tie a ball game up in less than 3 seconds. So I don't know. We'll see what they decide to do here. But I don't know, Jeff, what would be your decision? Do you advance the ball?
I'm going to predict that they aren't going to advance it, because where Chris Curl is standing, or they're just asking the question now.
Okay, your prediction is not. I guess we'll see.
My prediction is not. It's going to make Eagles play long defense. Yeah.
Yep.
It's never an easy call, but they are taking it at the end line. Sorry, sideline will be, of course, obviously after the timeout. D'Amico comes into the game for these last 17.8 with the Sharks up by a single point. And they get the ball in, and the foul is committed. Which way is it going to go? It's on Cole Long, so Cole Long will be out. I think it's on Cole Long, and he is subbed out of the game. Manny Canry has to come in. That scoreboard with the fouls, I need sunglasses for it. So many lights. Obviously, the foul puts Sheffield and Nixon at the line. This is where Nixon will earn his call. 1 from 3, make that 2 from 4. If he makes this, the Eagles will need a 3 to tie. If he doesn't make it, they need a 2 to tie and a 3 to win. He makes them both, so the Eagles need, and they haven't got a timeout as well, remember. They have to get the ball in, and they have to get it down there. Look for a good shot. Who are they looking for? Burden's going for him himself. He is fouled by Ali Hodgson, shooting a 3. He will go to the line with 5 seconds to go, with 3 shots to tie the game. I guess it could only have happened like that.
Jeff, I don't even know what to say here. I mean, I really thought that Terrell was looking to facilitate there, but it got so low in the shot clock, he had to get a shot up. And he does. He gets rewarded with the foul. Ali Hodzic, unfortunately, just ends up in his landing space. And, you know, Terrell is great at drawing those fouls, so that's when you just have to hard contest. And, yeah, opportunity to tie it here with 5.1 on the clock.
Well, I was just going to say he's 2 of 6 tonight, 68% from the season. So he needs to make them both, or does he need to make one and then shoot that one where they can get a
purposeful miss? Yeah.
He's got to make this one. He's made that one. So it's 2 points. I think Mitch Clark was asking, do we miss and go for the 2? He's made them both. Did 2 or 3. Timeout by the team of Lions.
Now this one, I think he will advance. I think you want the ball as far away from the Eagles basket as possible.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see. Those numbers. Now the camera swings round the arena. But don't forget, we're back at it next week. Friday night. Last regular game of the season for the men. So let's go right.
I think I'm just taking a breath myself here, Sarah, because literally anything could happen. Big win almost by Cheshire down there in London, 91-79 with just about a minute and 40 to go there. And Surrey, Caledonia have taken the lead against Surrey. Of course, Surrey lost Isaiah Small this week as well, their big leader defensively and on rebounds. But here we have 5.1 seconds left. I'm going to ask you, as a guard, do you want the ball in your hands with 5.1 seconds to go, leading by a point?
Leading by a point? I mean, you got to look at free throw percentages. I think right now this is going to be, you want the ball in the hands of the person with the lowest free throw percentage out there, but I think this is going to be a quick foul from Eagles. So, I mean, I don't know, I'd like to shoot 2 free throws.
I think if you're Sheffield, you want Prentice Nixon to get this ball. There he goes. But it's actually going to be Williams. Williams is 73% for the season. 1 of 2 tonight. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. D'Amico comes out, Retino comes in. I think that's as much for, I was going to say defensive, but 3.9 seconds. If Williams makes both of these, now here's a case for me where I think it's, is it worth missing and hoping the clock runs out? Who knows? He really needs to make them both. And he's made them both. So ball is in, gives it back. Mitch Clark's going to have to shoot from a long way out. Good if it goes, but it just doesn't. And Sheffield have completely turned the game around, and it is finished here unbelievably. Newcastle Eagles 82, Sheffield Sharks 85. Fantastic reward for the Sharks for a superb second half performance. A half where they held Eagles to 29 points and scored well over 50 themselves, and didn't lead till 34 minutes on the hand. And well, just have a look at it. So this is why we love basketball, I think, Sarah.
Yeah, I mean, Friday nights when they're like this, it's easy to, you know, find your way to sit through games like this. So, I mean, credit to Sheffield in that second half. They came out that second half with an intensity that, you know, just wasn't able to be matched by the defensive effort of the Eagles. So, and, you know, Mark mentioned it at the beginning of the game. It was all going to be about, you know, defensive intensity, and the steals speak to that. You know, when we see this end-of-game stats come up, 12 steals to only 5 for Sheffield. So, but, you know, they live and die by the three-point line, too, when it's not going your way on the night. They were 9 for 32 from the three-point line tonight. Sheffield not shooting particularly well either, but, you know, at the end of the day, it was the team that was going to put forth the better second half, and that third quarter lull really came back to bite Eagles.
Yeah, and that's a great summary as well, Sarah. We're going to have a look at some highlights. I'm just going to give you some of the scorers for the Eagles. We've got Rayshon Taylor with 24.7 assists, but they had Cole Long had 12 points, Gus Okafor 11, but I think Okafor had 9 at the half, so he hasn't really got on there. For Sheffield, we had Nick Kern Jr., 24 points, 11 rebounds, led the way for them. Dirk Williams had a really good game, 18 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And Faro Ali Hodgridge with 13 points And, you don't need to lead all for 35 minutes. You need to lead at the end of 40 minutes. And that's what Sheffield have managed to do. And they've managed to do that as well. So, for the Eagles, they've got 2 games left. They play Leicester next week. That is going to be probably one of the biggest games of the season, because that's going to be a battle for that 7th and 8th place at the moment, although they have got a game at Bristol as well, the Eagles. Not quite sure who the Leicester Riders have got.
Sheffield.
So, yeah.
They have Sheffield twice.
They have Sheffield, yeah.
Yep.
They've got Sheffield on Sunday. We're just going to have a look at the fixtures, actually. So first of all, we have a look at the result. Well, let's go for the fixtures. We mentioned there that Sheffield have got at home to Leicester Riders, Manchester Basketball at home to London Lions, who've lost tonight against Cheshire Phoenix. Cheshire Phoenix is there at home to Caledonia Gladiators. I'm not sure what the score is down there. And we've got Bristol Flyers against Surrey 89. Caledonia have beaten Surrey down there at the Surrey Sports Box. That's a bit of a surprise result, but a good result for Caledonia. And as Sarah said, these games right now at the moment can really go anywhere. And there's a big London conceding 95 points. That's a big one as well. But plenty more basketball for you to watch on DAZN on Sunday. You can take your pick of those games. Probably watch 1 or 2 of them, and don't forget you can always catch up with them afterwards as well, whichever one you choose to watch. This is going right down the wire. You're not going to know the playoff positions until we get probably till the very, very last games indeed. So from myself, let's just thank you. Apologies for the technical difficulties we had. Hope you managed to stay with us. Hope you enjoyed it, whichever team you support. It was a fantastic game of basketball. Was he saying football a game of 2 halves, Sarah?
Yeah, it definitely was a game of 2 halves tonight, but Sheffield definitely managed to get themselves over the line.
So, thanks for watching. Good night from me.
And good night to you?
To me, no. Almost,
Sorry,
you almost got it right, but never mind. See you again soon.
Super League basketball is levelling up British hoops. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.